All right, thank you for joining us tonight for this CBD 101, all about CBD class, or all things CBD. This is one of the more recent products that we've started using within the last year, and it's really a great product, and you'll learn a lot about CBD tonight. Could take about an hour or so, hopefully less. So here we go. A little delay on the computers. There we go. All right. So thank you for joining us. I've been using products from Young Living for, I don't know, since about 2013. My wife first got us involved with using essential oils, and I was definitely reluctant at first. I didn't quite understand what was going on. For me, like a lot of other people, it was essential oils are to smell, and that was really all I knew about them. So I'm very thankful that she took the time to do all the research and find something for our family that can help us. So a few housekeeping items before we begin. So if you don't already have one, get out a pen and some paper so you can take notes and write down questions throughout the presentation. So everyone right now is muted, and I will keep everyone muted for most of the presentation. There will be a few times when I'll unmute a few people here and there. At the end, we're going to have a time for Q&A if you want to hang out and chat. And then you can also put some questions in the chat, the Zoom chat. And my wife, Wendy, will be kind of helping keep an eye on that and maybe answering some questions as we go. But if you have questions or comments, you're welcome to put those in there. And also, if you haven't already, if you could fill out the contact me form, which is in the chat. There's a link there. And that way we can just track who attends our series of classes. We have 101, 2, 3, and 4 classes. This one is 104. Doesn't matter what order you attend. That's just how we can keep track of which is which. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and begin. So like I said, our family's been using Young Living products since 2013. And I want to share just a few things about how we got started and a couple of our aha moments. First, I had my wife had already been looking at natural options to help our family's overall health, and as well as hopefully deal with some health challenges our family was facing, especially dealing with seasonal allergies and some breathing issues we had from several of our family members. So I first learned about Young Living, or when she brought him home, actually, and she had heard about Young Living years before, and then she didn't sign up. I don't know why, but she didn't. So my advice is don't wait that long. So we tried other products. She made herbal concoctions, tinctures, and more. And then after she tried all sorts of other essential oils and herbs, she went ahead and did specific research for over a year on Young Living itself. And then she contacted a friend and said she wanted to sign up. And then we kind of dove right in. She actually signed up with the regular starter kit and the Thieves starter kit. So we got a double dose. So one of the things that for me personally, I grew up with a health and wellness type of family. We got raw honey from a neighbor. We kind of lived out in the country by New Braunfels. We got raw honey from a neighbor. We got raw milk from a neighbor. We used vitamins. I remember taking alfalfa tablets when I was growing up, just vitamin C, just all sorts of stuff. I mean, we didn't have any over-the-counter creams or anything. We used honey. We used aloe vera. We used vitamin E oil. So for me, that was really growing up. So it wasn't until I became an adult that I started buying all the junk with all the toxins in it. So when Wendy decided she wanted to look for something more natural, I was definitely on board with that. So so basically, we've used Young Living since 2013, and Now, Nature's Ultra CBD with Young Living. Nature's Ultra was its own company, and they've been growing cannabis or hemp for several years, probably since it's become legal in 2014 to start growing it. And they're in Colorado, so it's been legal up there for a while. So you could grow those plants, and whether you're selling them or just experimenting with them and testing them out. So they were their own company, and Young Living saw the benefits of CBD, and they kind of contracted with Nature's Ultra to put their Young Living essential oils in Nature's Ultra CBD, and then they acquired them earlier this year. So we haven't had these available for maybe not even quite a year and a half through Young Living. So I've been using about a year. June, July of 2019, somewhere in that is when we started using it. And I was slow. I was skeptical. I didn't understand it. I didn't realize the full difference between CBD and marijuana. I did have a friend of mine who is a chemical engineer, and he actually explained a little bit of the difference, but even he didn't quite fully understand the difference and how it's grown and all that. So that being said, so what is the difference between CBD and marijuana, and why is CBD important? So CBD isn't just a fad, it's becoming a real staple in various communities around the world. In this class, you'll get to see why. Don't let us all the scientific explanations overwhelm you. There will be some big words in here, and I will do my best to pronounce them correctly. So we want you to feel empowered in your knowledge of CBD and how you can utilize it within your own health goals. So please keep in mind, I am neither a doctor nor a scientist. I am not prescribing or advising in any professional capacity. I'm seeking to share the knowledge that I have gained through research that you too can find. I strongly encourage you to continue to read and research for yourself. A lot of the information in here, actually, grab this book right here along those lines. No, it's probably backwards, or maybe not. Yeah, I believe so. So this is the Power of Essential CBD and Essential Oils. It is by Dr. Olivier Winker. It goes by Dr. Ollie. This is a great book. If you want to get a copy and you can't remember the name, just let me know, or we can put the name of it in the chat. It's a great book if you want to learn more about CBD, specifically how it works with essential oils, and that'll help you there. So, all right. So before we start, let's go ahead and get to know each other a little bit. So I'd like to know, I'm pretty sure I know, but I'd like to know if everyone here has used CBD before. So I'll go ahead and start. So I've been using CBD about a year, and and you guys can, y'all, if you could just put it in your in the chat. Oh, thank you, Vic. I see that 1 year. Cool. So if you've been using it, CBD, how long you've been using it? So for me, I had shoulder surgery in 2016, which, wow, 3.5 years already, almost 4 years. Oh, wow, it's been almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years next month. Wow. So I had shoulder surgery, and there was some lingering issues that I had with my shoulder related to some scar tissue, and every once in a while it'll catch, and then that leads to some, I say leads to because it hasn't happened in a long time. It was leading to a lot of pain, almost similar to the pain that I was experiencing before I even had surgery. So I tried everything pretty much. We use Young Living products. I had tried pretty much every Young Living product. I'll be honest, I used ibuprofen. I used pretty much the whole catalog, and nothing really gave me any sort of relief beyond maybe just a few minutes, or by the time the sensation of what I put on wore off, so did the benefits. And so I'm a little slow sometimes. So I had also had an Achilles issue, and so that was front of my mind. So I had been putting it on my Achilles, and then one day I kind of I guess had that aha, the light bulb went ding. Hey, why don't you try this on your shoulder? So I put it on my shoulder, and not kidding, within 15 minutes, it was like a new shoulder. And so initially I put it on probably every day for the first few days, once or twice a day, but no more than twice a day. And now I might, if I put it on twice a month, that's a lot. So it just every once in a while I get a little flare up, and that's usually from overusing it or anything. But I very rarely have to apply it to my shoulder anymore for that purpose. So I've been extremely happy with that product. I use the other products as well, but the muscle rub by far is my favorite. All right, so what is CBD? That is, I bet if you went on the street and polled 100 people, you'd probably get 90 different answers, maybe 100 different answers. So first and foremost, CBD is not marijuana. They are both from the same plant, the cannabis plant, but they are different varieties. So marijuana is produced when the hemp plant is grown without the male variety present. So the resin produced from the small hair-like appendages called trichomes of a female plant is full of THC, which produces the psychoactive effects associated with marijuana. So it actually takes more work to grow marijuana than it does to grow CBD, because if they find a male plant, they remove it. So with CBD, or cannabidiol, is a natural substance from another hemp, a variety of hemp. It is produced when the hemp plant is grown with both male and female plant. So the resin is full of CBD, which does not contain the heavy psychoactive effects as THC, and only has small amounts of THC in it. So yeah, there's that one. So let's talk about the history of CBD a little bit. So why was CBD illegal, and is it bad? So on the slide here, you can see, that you got the early 16th century hemp came to the U.S. and was used for many things, and farmers were actually fined if a certain percentage of their crop was not hemp. And then you get to the 1920s, and it was deemed a Schedule I narcotic or controlled substance because of a corrupt media war. And then finally, almost 100 years later, 2018, it's downgraded from a Schedule I to a Schedule V controlled substance by the FDA to facilitate the sale of a drug. And then in December 2018 was the Hemp Farming Act. So back to why was it illegal? I don't know. It's a cannabidiol. Cannabidiol, or CBD, is a natural substance from the hemp plant. And hemp originated in Asia and the Middle East thousands of years ago, and has since spread worldwide. So it showed up in the United States back in the 16th century, and like we said, they were, which I still can't believe that farmers were actually fined if they didn't have a percentage of hemp, and then it went from that to being a Schedule whatever narcotic that it was Schedule I, I think is what it was, which is the same class as like heroin and cocaine. But anyways, hemp is used for paper, it's used for food, fiber, construction materials, clothes, and other products. And I know that now that you've had about almost 2 years of full-on CBD production and manufacturing, where they can make different things with the fibers from it and some of the other things. So you're starting to see some of these other things pop up there with you can buy hemp seeds now, and there's all sorts of things you can get. So I've heard that the paper that is made out of hemp is incredible. And and if I'm not mistaken, the Constitution of the United States was written on hemp paper. But anyway, so so what changed in the 20s? A negative media war was waged on hemp and / marijuana, right? So they lumped hemp and marijuana into the same group, which was a huge mistake. So due to financial reasons, and it was eventually deemed a Schedule I controlled substance. This category is, like I mentioned, is for substances that have no benefit and have high potential for abuse. So since July 2018, CBD was downgraded to a Schedule V, meaning it has some benefits and potential for abuse is low. And then, of course, like I said, they did that just so they could get a drug containing CBD be able to be sold. So when they want something done, they just change the rules. Finally, in December 2018, CBD went down to unscheduled substance due to the Hemp Farming Act, which removed hemp, which is defined as cannabis with less than 0.3% THC. It's removed as a controlled substance. This means that federal law made CBD legal in all 50 states. Now, some states have their own regulations. I believe most of them are pretty on board now. You know, if you're not in Texas, you may want to just check before you go use CBD in their state, but I'm pretty sure it's good in all states now. So if you're in the military, though, there may still be strict regulations. Last I heard, you cannot have anything hemp CBD related, nothing. So just want to know exactly what you're, you know, where you're at, so you don't end up getting yourself into some trouble. So we're going to go ahead and play a video here, and this is the origins of Nature's Ultra.
Hey everybody, my name is Richard. I'm the president and CEO of Nature's Ultra, and today we're going to be talking more about the beginning of Nature's Ultra. For me, finding a high quality CBD product was incredibly important. When I went out to the market to look for a specific CBD product that I would be interested in, there just wasn't really anything out there, okay? And I would buy these products and I would get them and I'd be like, I don't know how many CBD's in this. I don't even know what farm it came from. I don't know what extraction method they use. I don't know anything about this product other than that I have it and I paid X dollars for it. And for me, it then turned into, well, if I'm not interested in this, how can I be comfortable allowing my wife, my children, my friends, my family use these products? You need to have not only a CBD product that you could trust and you know the quality sourcing of, but also a CBD brand and company that knew the importance of this for the greater good of CBD. I think it's incredibly important that CBD companies alike all align with creating these standards because there aren't any out there. So for us, it was just a simple matter of fact of, hey, if we're gonna have a CBD product, we need to be divulging these details no differently than somebody else as to where the product came from, how much CBD is in the product, and is it safe? I think a lot of that really transpired into why I began with Nature's Ultra. And for me, it was a product I wanted to be certain that I could give to my friends and family and it wouldn't make them sick and it wasn't fake CBD. It was a high quality sourced product with traceability. So you could go all the way back to the moment that that product had been born in essence and then see it come to life in a real product and start using it. For Nature's Ultra, it's really important that we educate everyone out there, whether you're buying our product or not. It's really important you understand what CBD is and what things you should be looking out for. So education for us is absolutely top of mind. Things like THC. Is it THC free? Is it 0.3 THC? Where's the lab certificate proving that? When a company tells you it's USDA certified, there's no certification for that. So we look for things like, are they using organic farming practices? What are they doing to improve that side of it? So for us, it's all a stigma of making sure CBD really stays as pure as it possibly can. To me, that's the goal, is making sure that no matter if it's at the farm, if it's being bottled, or it's being shipped to your door, that whole process has got to be very clear to you as the customer so that you know what you're taking is a good, high-quality product. When I started Nature's Ultra, I was having family dinner with my in-laws, and my father-in-law was asking about what's been going on and what's new, and I pulled out a bottle of my CBD oil, and I said, this is what's new. And he looks at it and goes, oh, what's that? It's a CBD oil. What does that do? I explained how it can help you from a personal and wellness perspective. And he kind of shrugged it off. Well, a couple more weeks had gone by, and at this point, he works in the medical industry. And at this point, a few other companies had come into him and said, hey, have you tried our CBD oil? And he's like, wait, what? CBD oil? What's going on? And then more and more CBD oil started coming on the market. And that's when he started getting really interested, was like, oh, wait a second, what is this? And he started talking to me a little bit more about it, and I started explaining, oh yeah, well, we lab test and certify everything. And he goes, why do you do that? Well, we want to make sure the product you're taking is what you're taking and it doesn't contain anything that would hurt you. And he's like, well, that's a really good idea. So he started asking some of these other companies if they had those available, and they did it. So it really turned into like more of a matter of fact of like, oh, well, this is a good product. And this is why it's a good product. And this is what CBD is. And this is how I can use it. And this is how it can help me. And it literally became a full circle thing now. And he actually uses it to this day, every single day. When I first started Nature's Ultra, a lot of people said, hey, Richard, why are you wasting all your time trying to get this testing or the bottles or this or that right? And my answer was simple. It was a promise to my customers that the product they're buying from me is the quality I'm saying. So for the USDA and the FDA, we want them to come bring regulation more than ever, because that'll establish our future together long term. This has never been a cash grab. This is never let's throw something in a bottle and make a bunch of money and then leave. We are here for the long haul. CBD is the future, and we couldn't believe in that any more than we do now. So we're very excited for regulation to come into the space, and we're in it for the long haul. Thanks so much for watching this CBD 101 episode. As always, please sure to comment below. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you have any other questions, feel free to jump over to naturesultra.com and check out our blog. And we're looking forward to see you next time.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I really enjoy that whole series they have on YouTube. That was back, I believe, in October of last year when he started that series, and I always liked hearing from the founder of Nature's Ultra and how much passion he had for doing things the right way and ensuring that the product is living up to standard and delivers exactly what they say it's going to deliver. So I really encourage that. If you want to know more about Nature's Ultra, you could go to YouTube. They have a channel, and I don't even know how many videos are in that. That I think was number 3. There's probably over 20 right now. So they changed up the format a little bit, but it still has a lot of great information. They're short videos. Most of them are under 5 minutes long, so won't eat up your whole day watching a few videos. All right, so this next slide we're going to go over is the endocannabinoid system, the ECS or EC system. So this endocannabinoid system is a biological system composed of endocannabinoids, which are endogenous lipid-based retrograde neurotransmitters that bind to cannabinoid receptors CB1 and CB2, and cannabinoid receptor proteins that are expressed throughout the vertebrate central nervous system, including the brain and peripheral nervous system. So that's a lot of big words in there, and I would be lying to you if I told you I could just go explain all that. I can't. I'm not. I understand some of the words, but I couldn't explain exactly how that works. That's where this book comes in handy, because that is straight out of this book. He explains it. He does a really good job of explaining it in layman's terms as much as he possibly can. So it's basically, so the ECS is basically linked to your central nervous system and peripheral nervous system to help the body maintain homeostasis. So in a general sense, homeostasis refers to stability or balance in a system. So it's the body's attempt to maintain a constant internal environment. Maintaining a stable internal environment requires constant monitoring and adjustments as conditions change. So if the body gets out of homeostasis, the ECS sends out natural endocannabinoids and enzymes to regulate the body and bring it back into homeostasis. So for example, if you get too hot, your ECS kicks into gear and you start to sweat to bring your body temperature down. So if you get too cold, you shiver. When you get hungry, your stomach growls. When you get tired, you yawn. There are other examples too, but that's just a few. So CBD primarily interacts with the ECS, making it a highly sought after product through Young Living. So take a second and think about your body's homeostasis. So do you feel like your body tells you what it needs and adjusts accordingly? So I'll let you answer that question you don't have to comment. You can if you want, but you can answer that one to yourself. So this next one is THC versus CBD. And this is probably where the biggest confusion is. I've talked to a lot of people, and you say CBD, and they don't want to have anything to do with it because there's this misconception out there that it's marijuana, and or it's bad for you, or I guess there's a little gray area there. If people don't want marijuana to be legalized, CBD is kind of the first step. But CBD has so many great properties that it's I honestly don't want to stop using it now. So now that you know what the ECS does, let's take a look at the difference between THC and CBD in regards to the cannabinoid receptors, CB1 and CB2. So CB1 receptors are in the central nervous system, which is your brain and nerves of the spinal cord. So the CB2 receptors are found all over the body in the peripheral nervous system, which would be nerves in your extremities, your digestive system also, and specialized cells in the immune system. I'm going to read that again, and specialized cells in the immune system. So these days, your immune system operating at its full capacity would be a great thing. So THC acts on CB1 and CB2. When they attach to CB1 in the brain, it causes the intoxicating effects that are experienced with hashish, cannabis, and marijuana. So it also affects the peripheral nervous system when it attaches to CB2, which is why some smoke marijuana to feel calmer or to decrease pain. It's also why cancer patients receiving chemotherapy are prescribed medical marijuana. The effects of the digestive system help prevent nausea. So it is important to note that exposure to THC does have its risks, such as developing schizophrenia, failure of a drug test, or participation of illegal activity based on your state's legal position on the topic. Some people are genetically more sensitive to THC as well. CBD, on the other hand, does not bind directly to either of these receptors, but instead impacts them indirectly by modifying the receptor's ability to bind to cannabinoids. So these indirect actions include activating another receptor called TRPV1, which is an integral part of the endocannabinoid system. So if you want a CBD isolate, then Nature's Ultra through Young Living is one heck of a product, and I highly recommend it for more reasons I'm about to cover. So that was a lot of science stuff the last couple slides, but it had a lot of good stuff in it. So what did you take away from it? You guys can just comment on the chat what you took away from that. What I personally took away from it is that CBD is awesome. That's what I took away from it. All right. So here's a sciencey word, terpenes. So I'll be honest, up until a few years ago, if you said terpenes, I would not have known what you were talking about. So why are terpenes such a big deal? Yes, Vic. Yeah, THC is the high that you cannot afford to buy. Got it, man. I like that. So why are terpenes such a big deal? Terpenes give plants their aroma. So the fragrant imprint of each plant is a result of different combinations of terpenes. Cannabis is unique in that each strain has a unique profile of terpenes. Terpenes are believed to have many positive effects on the body. These properties can act independently as well as in addition to what cannabinoids offer. There are several known and studied terpenes that all exhibit different medicinal effects. So overall, terpenes contribute to the medicinal properties of cannabis, a phenomenon known as the entourage effect. Think of a team of players versus a single player. The team is the entourage effect of terpenes plus cannabinoids. So now, where else have we heard of terpenes? I'll give you a hint. Young Living sells a lot of them. So yeah, essential oils. Terpenes with their multitude of positive effects are also found in essential oils. So some essential oils have more terpenes than others. There's many types of terpenes. And so that is a study all in its own. You can get really, really technical and sciencey there. And most people don't want to hear that. They just want to know it smells good and it works. So there you go. Terpenes smell good and they work. So So if you use essential oils, by Young Living, what is your favorite? So if y'all could just comment in the chat what your favorite essential oil is. So how to choose your CBD. So this is where it gets a little tricky. So there's certainly a bit of chaos when it comes to the availability of CBD. There are so many to choose from. I mean, even the local gas station sells them now. So obviously it's an important factor, but it's also important to know the difference between full spectrum CBD, isolate CBD, and smart spectrum CBD. We're going to go over those. We're going to go over there here in a little bit. That's a great one, Vic. Frankincense. That is an awesome oil. Wendy, so many. Yeah, Valor, frankincense, white angelica, thieves, dragon time. There's a ton. Oh, and then Vic just added to his list. Not to be outdone, peppermint, Valor, Shutran, goldenrod. Yes, sir, all those. There are a lot of great oils for men out there too. So just saying. All right, so full spectrum CBD still has some trace THC in it. So you won't get the psychogenetic effects of straight THC or marijuana, but there is still the possibility of exposure to THC. So it's important to note that hemp is a phytomediator by nature that absorbs chemicals and toxins from the soil. So phytoremediation is nature's way of using living plants to clean the soil and groundwater. So traces of heavy metals absorbed from the soil may be left behind in a full spectrum product. So in addition to 0.3% THC, you may also be getting whatever was in the soil. It could be heavy metal, it could be toxins, it could be sprayed with chemicals, all that stuff could be in, I'm not saying it is, but it could be in a full spectrum CBD. And the concern I always had is, how do you know if it's in there or not? Right? How do you even know? Because companies don't disclose where they grow their product, how they grow their product, when they grow their product. Most companies don't grow their own product, they buy the other product. So a lot of people gravitate towards full spectrum because it still contains terpenes and many more compounds, thus it delivers the more powerful entourage effect. So that's the benefit of it, right? Even if it has the other stuff, it's still getting that entourage effect. So the other way to produce CBD is in its isolated form. So CBD isolate is pure CBD, and while it has 0% THC, no heavy metals or other compounds, it also has no terpenes in it and therefore loses the entourage effect. So remember we talked about essential oils having terpenes in them, right? So we can add them to CBD to create a synergistic effect and thereby increase the benefits of CBD isolate. Nature's Ultra has done just that. They have combined organic CBD isolate and terpenes to create an amazing smart spectrum CBD product for you. Now, Nature's Ultra by Young Living is the only company that can say smart spectrum CBD because they have it registered, trademark. So one thing there just to remember is that that if you look at the different types, which we'll go over of CBD, you're going to see some with cinnamon, some with citrus, some with mint, all these things. They're all in there not just for their smell, they're in there for how they interact with CBD. So just keep that in mind. If you're like, well, do I want the citrus one or the cinnamon one or the mint one? You need to look at why you're using CBD and what benefit you want to get out of it. And then that'll help you choose which CBD product to use. Because they weren't just put in there for scent, they were put in there for other reasons. So if you're still with me, drop me a smiley face or something in the chat so that I know everybody's still awake. I know Vic's still awake because he's actually commenting down here. So yes, manpower. We need more of that. Manpower. Yeah, the products corner store are just that. Convenient distribution for profit over quality, exactly. And slightly illegal on some form. So, all right. We're going to go ahead and watch another video here. And, oh, thank you, Brian and Tanya, smiley faces. Awesome. So we're going to watch another one, and this is the power of CBD and essential oils. We just talked about it. Now let's hear from someone with Nature's Ultra.
Hi, this is Tanner with Nature's Ultra. Today we're going to be talking about the synergy of CBD and essential oils and why they make the perfect pair. let's start by going over the different types of CBD. First, there's full spectrum CBD, which is extracted from the cannabis plant with all of the plant's other compounds, including THC. Next, there's broad spectrum CBD, which is extracted with all the plant's compounds except for THC, though many broad spectrum products contain it in small amounts. Then there's CBD isolate, which is exactly what it sounds like, CBD that is isolated from all other compounds in the plant. At Nature's Ultra, we use CBD isolate because it's the most pure form of CBD. That gives us the confidence of knowing that there are no unknown compounds in it. It's simply pure CBD, straight from our partner farm in Colorado. Using a CBD isolate is a great way to ensure that our CBD is pure and potent, but it also means that you could miss out on potential benefits of terpenes. Fortunately, high quality, safe, and effective terpenes can be added back using essential oils. That's why at Nature's Ultra, we craft our own Smart Spectrum CBD products by taking high quality CBD oil and combining it with Young Living essential oils. That means that you can enjoy the benefits of both. Many people are already familiar with essential oils, but let's do a quick refresher. Essential oils are natural oils that are distilled from plants including trees, roots, leaves, seeds, fruits, and flowers. Part of what makes essential oils great is a group of natural compounds called terpenes. Terpenes are naturally occurring hydrocarbons that are the most common source of aromas and flavors in essential oils. In fact, if a plant has a distinct smell or flavor, it's probably because it has terpene. Essential oils and CBD make great partners because they complement each other so well. The terpenes in the essential oils have their own unique benefits, such as offering an energizing aroma, helping to soothe tired muscles, and promoting a good night's sleep. By combining essential oils and CBD, we go beyond the benefits of CBD and essential oils on their own to create something truly special. And best of all, by adding terpenes from Young Living essential oils to our CBD products, we are able to provide a premium product with no unknown ingredients. We know that every single component of our product has been carefully vetted to ensure it's of the best possible quality. There's no other CBD oil like it in the world. Thanks for joining us on this episode of CBD 101. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss another episode. See you next time.
All right, that's another good video from Nature's Ultra. So this next slide we're going to go over is about the usage and safety with CBD. CBD is labeled for topical use, right? So just want to say that first. So one thing that I forget to do sometimes is I got a bottle here. You got to shake it, right? Shake it up before you use it, right? Make sure you do that just so everything's mixed up. I wouldn't, shake it like a paint can or anything, but give it a good little shake there. Store away from heat, light, and humidity to preserve freshness. And so for topical use, first clean the area and pat dry. Second, vigorously massage a generous amount topically into your skin. So you don't want to go too crazy, but just give it a firm rub and then apply a second or third time if needed. So a few places, suggested places to apply would be temples, especially late in the day. If you're working, if you have an office job or something like that, late in the day, then temples and neck would probably be really great, especially if you have this one right here. Elbows, knees, and other joints, wrists, soles of your feet, which I always forget about that one, the soles of your feet, back of your heel and foot, and your shoulders. So a little safety tip here, if you're sensitive in nature, start with Nature's Ultra regular strength CBD. You can even use half the recommended amount and increase it as you read your body and notice how you're feeling. So once you're more experienced, you may want to try the extra strength product. I think that's what I saw Vic is using. He said he's been using 1,000 milligrams. So good trick with the 1,000 milligram I'll go over later, but I've got a little trick with that one too to stretch your money a little bit more. So while this product is to be used topically, I want you to keep a few things in mind in regards to CBD safety. CBD is broken down in the liver. So this is done by the same enzymes that a lot of pharmaceutical drugs are broken down by. Therefore, it's possible for your system to get a little overworked when trying to break down too many things at once. So we suggest that you consult with your physician when implementing a CBD product. I would say especially if you're on a lot of prescription medication. So now let's dive into the different types of CBD available through Young Living, and then I'll let you know how to get them at wholesale pricing. So I don't think we have any newbies on the call, but not so newbies. Where do you apply your CBD the most? Y'all can just pop that in the chat. Where do you apply CBD the most? All right. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go to the next slide. So I'm going to cover our first product here, and I'm going to actually unmute Wendy, and she's going to give a brief testimonial about the Calm oil. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Wendy, and then you can go ahead. Oops, I tried to do it. You can do it yourself?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I am here. Okay, sorry. So the Calm roller, yeah, that's one of the things that I use the most out of the CBD. I use a lot of other things more often than the CBD products, but the Calm roller I like to use. It is very calming. It smells really good. And with it being in the roller bottle, it's really easy to use. And I use it often the way I apply it is on the back of my neck. I'll put it just on the back of my brainstem area. I'll put it on my wrist, and usually then rub a little bit on my chest where I can smell the amazing oils that are in it along with the CBD. So I have found that it is relaxing. It does what it says, which is to be calm, help you be calm and focused. I've used it during the day, just going through the day, just to, you know, if I happen to be anxious or just wanting to be a little calm, going to different situations. And I also like to use it at night. It also helps me to my mind to calm down, my body to relax so that I can try to sleep and stop focusing on the day and not think about the day ahead. So anyways, that's my, how I use the Calm roller.
All right, thank you for that. Now I'll talk a little about the Calm here. So it creates a peaceful environment that will help relax and quiet your mind. So this is perfect when you're dealing with stress of the day or trying to wind down for the night. It can help give you soothing, restful night of sleep. So I also want to make sure everyone knows, and I'm sure you all do if you've used it, is you don't just have to take this at night. It could just be you're stressed from work or you have some stuff going on. You can just put that on just to help kind of calm you down a little bit, kind of relax you, take that edge off, so to speak. So don't feel like if you take this in the middle of the day, you're going to fall asleep or something. At least that's not my experience. Maybe somebody, but unless you're hitting like all the CBD all at once, and maybe you'll be a little tired. But so it's infused with eucalyptus, frankincense, lavender, orange, vetiver, and ylang ylang Young Living essential oils. It's available in 300 milligram and 600 milligram. So want to call that crazy day or really crazy day, and it smells really good. I'll be honest, this is the one that took me the longest to adjust to the scent, but I actually like it. It wasn't that I didn't like it, it just wasn't my favorite. So let me see here. So Brian, let's just start with Vic here. Vic says shoulder. Yep, Brian shoulders. Wendy back of neck, wrists, Calm roller. Tanya back. Yep, definitely. I'm with you there. So I actually is anyone else here? And you just, I don't know how you do the in the chat how you can do it, but has everyone just felt kind of weird today? I don't know if there was something in the pressure of the air, man. Just feeling funky today. And I put on some of the Calm probably about 20 minutes before I jumped on the call here, and it's helped out quite a bit. So that, and I actually used one of the drops earlier as well, just because I was just feeling weird. I don't know if that's just me or what, but today's just been a weird day. So it helped. So see, I'm not falling asleep, and I used Calm like an hour ago. So hey. All right, so the next one, got the Joint and Muscle Balm. This one, I can't even say enough great things about it. So I'm not going to say a lot of great things about it yet. I'm going to actually kick this to Brian, and Brian's going to tell us how his experience has been with the Joint and Muscle Rub. So I'm going to mute myself and unmute Brian.
My experience with this is I have sore shoulders constantly, and I started rubbing it on my shoulders after a day at work and felt better within minutes. As time has gone on, I'm using it less and less because I don't need it as much. But wow, that's what I gotta say.
Is there any other ways you've used it besides your shoulders?
Oh, yes. I was doing a highly intense workout that was supposed to be funny. Everybody laugh. Yes. And I did something to my hamstring and I rubbed it on my hamstring and felt a lot better. A lot better. Continued to use it until I was not feeling discomfort.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you for that, Brian. I'm going to mute you now. All right. So it's always good to hear from other people who have used the product and had similar results. Everyone's results are going to be unique, but it's great to see that you know, it wasn't just a one-off. Like, it helped me and it doesn't help anyone else. I don't think I've talked to anyone that has used, especially this one right here, the joint and muscle balm, that hasn't come back with glowing results. So so when you use CBD topically in the form of a rub, you can specifically target those sore, achy muscles. CBD muscle rub from Nature's Ultra takes the hot and cold sensation of menthol and gives it a boost by infusing it with an array of all natural Young Living essential oils: camphor, clove, helichrysum, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, wintergreen, and more. And those ingredients work hard together to soothe your hard working body. If you use essential oils and you just talked about those oils individually, you could probably have a whole class almost on some of those oils individually, especially like the helichrysum. Those are all in the muscle rub plus more. And it's crazy how awesome this stuff is. So they work so good together to soothe your hardworking body and just every area. So it's available in 2 strengths, 300 and 600 milligrams. So you can take your pick. So do you get a massage regularly? That's a good question, right? Or do you see a chiropractor? I would recommend maybe incorporating that. I honestly couldn't even imagine getting a massage with the joint and muscle balm. That would just be like, I don't know, I'd probably pay $100 for that. So anyways, we'll go on to the next one here. So this next one, there's three of the drops that we have, and we're going to cover them individually. The one I use the most, I'll talk about specifically. So Nature's Ultra currently offers 3 different CBD oil options. And by CBD oil, I mean it's oil with essential oils and CBD oil, and I believe there's some coconut oil in there. So they have 3. You have the cool mint, the citrus, and the cinnamon. They're packaged in a convenient dropper bottle for easy use and are available in 2 strengths. You got your 500 milligram and your 1,000 milligram. I think Vic said he uses the 1,000 milligram cinnamon. So Cool Mint CBD oil contains Young Living peppermint and spearmint oil. So it's got a really, really great combination of 2 powerhouse mint oils. I mean, when you think of mint, I think peppermint and spearmint are probably the first 2 that come to everyone's mind. So the next one we have is this one. Honestly, I was skeptical of this one until we got it. And then I was like, oh, why was I skeptical of this one? So this citrus is infused with Young Living's grapefruit and orange essential oils. And man, it's got such a great refreshing smell, and it's incredible. So I really like that one now. That was the one I thought would be least on. It's probably second behind the next one that we actually are going to cover. So this third one we have is the cinnamon CBD, and that is by far my favorite. It's the first one I used for for the drops. We targeted it specifically because of cinnamon. And if you want to know why, you can just look up health benefits of cinnamon and go from there, and that'll give you all the different things that you could do with it, and benefits you may have from using cinnamon. But I just love this one. It's incredible. This is the one I used before we about an hour before I used the Calm. I used this one. This one's great. It's warming. You could actually, this would be a great massage as well if you want to massage this onto your tired muscles, because the cinnamon is very warming. So it's great. I love this one. That's incredible. Okay, so that covers all of the products we have. So I'm going to ask, I think Vic already, boom, cinnamon, but which CBD oil is your favorite and why? So if y'all could just pop those in the chat, that would be awesome. We'll go to the next slide. So this right here is just it's one I found a while back. It's just got, I had someone ask me how much, and obviously it's on the bottle. I could have just looked on the bottle. Well, how much CBD is actually in a dropper full of the CBD oil. So if you're using the 500 strength, it's approximately 16.66 milligrams of CBD per dropper full. And then obviously if you're using 1,000 milligrams, you just double it. So it's 33.33 milligrams of CBD per dropper full, if you ever wondered. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the farm now. We're going to do one more video from Nature's Ultra, and Richard's going to talk about the farm, which is one of the things that makes Nature's Ultra different from just about, if not every other CBD company.
Hi, everybody. My name is Richard. I'm the president and CEO of Nature's Ultra. We're here at our hemp farm today. We're going to talk more about our seeds, plants, soil, everything start to finish, give you a little sneak preview of what's behind the scenes. So here we are on our farm in Colorado. We chose Colorado for our farm because Colorado has such a high elevation. There are no pesticides required. And that also ensures that your product doesn't have any pesticides. And we also chose Colorado because they are leading the way when it comes to regulation. We want to make sure that we're partnering with states that are committed to growing this industry, and Colorado is definitely at the top of that list. One of my favorite things about Colorado is our entire hemp farm is naturally grown in the sunlight. We want to be a part of the ecosystem, so it's another reason we don't use any pesticides. There are, bees and other bugs around here that actually don't harm the plant at all, and they just live here. So it's really important to us, whether it's sunlight, the well water, the soil, everything's got to be dialed in to meet our requirements.
You guys were lucky today.
Seed genetics are so important because you get a lot of farmers that could easily just, oh, I'm going to go buy these seeds, I'm going to plant them in my ground, end of story, grow the crop, I'm done. They're not engineering or innovating the space, and therefore their crop yield could technically go down each year. So your farm's not doing as successful. And the other real tell for that is the flat plainness of the crop. So if your crop has a consistency now, you're seeing that all of the plants are growing properly. The soil, the water, everything dialed in, and you're getting that consistent growth, but that does start at the seed. Each season we develop and have genetics of our seeds, and we do this to increase the yield of each of our harvests. And so every year we actually have a greater yield out of our plants. And this all is done intentionally because we want a higher quality yield, a higher quality product. We use organic farming practices, and we do that on purpose because the USDA has not come into the space and said that this crop can be certified organic. We're in essence complying with everything that would be required by the USDA to make our crop as organic as possible. So when they do release that certification, it's available to us immediately. And part of that for us is rotating the crop. So we'll actually put a different crop on the field in between the 2 harvest seasons. And that way the crop is able to pull out some of that toxins and other stuff in the dirt. It helps purify the dirt before the next rotation of hemp plants are born. There are several wells all throughout our farm here. And these wells are really important because you want to know the source of your water, because the quality of that water will dictate the quality of your plant. This is obviously something that the plants are getting on a consistent basis. If that water source is not up to the quality standards, your plant will not meet the quality standards. So all of our well water is tested and certified before we use it. After the harvest is done, the soil is still have some treatments left. And what we do is actually go back through the field and mulch the leftover stalks and any leftover hemp plant and mulch it back into the dirt. And this helps the soil get all the nutrients naturally from what's other grown and other plants that are still in there. It mixes all back up, and then you're left with a nice clean field. Everything that is in this is recycled back into the, and again, all plays back to quality. We don't go through all these efforts for no reason. We want to make sure that the moment it's planted and the seed is in the ground, that it's got the best opportunity to be the fullest plant possible. Hey everybody, thanks so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. We hope you got a really good chance to see everything from seeds to soil to water. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please do share with us in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
All right, I enjoyed that video too. I hope you guys did as well. I'm always fascinated by farming stuff, just the way that they, just the all the techniques they use and all the steps they take to ensure that it's good, high quality product. And I think I need to get some of those sunglasses. I don't know, not sure. All right, so now that you're an expert on all things CBD, you want to know how to buy it, right? Definitely don't buy it from the local gas station or random places online. Get it from Young Living so you know you're getting pure CBD with 0.0% THC infused with quality essential oils. The Nature's Ultra is available directly through your Young Living account and backed by the same seed to seal quality commitment. Plus, our CBD products are the only CBD products on the market with smart spectrum CBD science. Wasn't some random Joe just throwing in peppermint into the CBD and hey, it smells good, take it. So Smart Spectrum blends the CBD isolate and the terpenes from essential oils to make a CBD product that is broader and more robust. The terpenes found in essential oils can also increase the overall efficacy of the product. But what else sets us apart? All Nature's Ultra products are tested in multiple stages throughout the manufacturing process for potency and purity. So Nature's Ultra CBD is derived from hemp plants grown on their partner farm in Colorado without the use of any pesticides. And also, recently, they were approved to start growing hemp in Utah, which is where, by their headquarters, there are several farms up there, or they grow several crops up there, and then they've started growing hemp up there as well, so they can expand the amount of CBD that they can grow. And if you know anything about hemp, it only takes about 3 months to go from plant to harvest. So it's a very quick crop turnover. So hopefully they'll be able to ramp up their production and be able to pump out more CBD products. I think we'll all benefit from that. So all of Nature's Ultra products have been subjected to rigorous laboratory testing to ensure that it contains the optimal amount of CBD and is free from heavy metals. Harsh chemicals are never used in their manufacturing process thanks to their proprietary extraction methods, very similar to what Young Living does with their essential oils versus versus just about every other essential oil company on the market. It's also backed by the seed to seal. And so it's just great. You can really trust your source here. And that's one thing I've learned over the years is know your source. If you don't know your source, you can't trust your source. You're having to take someone else's word for it. I've personally been to the farm in Utah and I've personally planted lavender. So I can tell you that this company is legit and they do what they say. So Nature's Ultra is ISO manufacturer of CBD distillate and isolate from industrial hemp, and GMP, which is good manufacturing practice certified. They're ISO and GMP certified. So all of their ingredients are natural, organic, vegan approved, and gluten-free. So like I said, we've used essential oils for about 7 years now, and I'm continually, Young Living essential oils specifically for about 7 years, and I'm continually surprised and impressed by their purity, effectiveness, and integrity. This company's integrity is above and beyond what I've seen from just about any other company I've ever been exposed to. So if you already have a Young Living account, hop onto your virtual office and order it right away. Go to shop and have it shipped right to your house. You can also put it on your Central Rewards. CBD products are available. Hopefully they're in stock. They're gaining popularity. That's why I'm excited about that second farm. Hopefully they'll be able to pump out more volume. So if you're not a Young Living member yet, grab yourself a CBD premium starter kit and get a no strings attached Young Living membership absolutely free, giving you access to wholesale pricing. So keep reading to see what comes in the CBD starter kit. So we're going to go to the next slide here, but before we find out, tell me more about what you like the most. I'm sorry, I just totally messed that up. Tell me what you like most about what you heard tonight. There we go. Got it. So tell me what you like the most about what you heard tonight. If you want to do that, then you can put that on the chat. So let me see. I do want to go over one thing that may be a little confusion. So while it is not USDA organic certified, because that does not exist at this point, they do practice organic farming techniques just like Young Living does. They hand weed, all those things. So anyways, just to make sure it's organic growing practices, but it's not certified organic. So in case you're wondering. So CBD starter kits, these are great, and have some people on the call tonight that could probably tell you how awesome these starter kits are. I'm going to tell you just how big of a value it is. So CBD starter kits are they're only available right now to new members. They'd open it up to existing members, but right now only new members can get them again. I think it has to do with availability of products. So newbies, this is your chance to save big. Existing members, be sure to add your CBD products to your cart so you can save big too. So there are two strengths. There's regular and there's extra strength, and we have a starter kit, premium starter kit for each. Our original or regular strength PSK, what we call a premium starter kit, is a good fit for those new to CBD. With 3 CBD products, you can do Calm CBD roll on at 300 milligrams, your CBD muscle rub 300 milligram, and citrus 500 milligram. So this $165 kit offers a variety of ways to experience and incorporate CBD into your lifestyle, including a brochure about getting started with CBD. It's an incredible savings of more than $113 versus retail. That's right, more than $113 savings versus retail. So the CBD Extra Strength Premium Starter Kit is a good choice for those with more CBD experience or who prefer a higher CBD milligram content. So this PSK contains the same 3 products, but with twice the amount of CBD in each product. So the CBD Extra Strength PSK is $250 and also comes with the Getting Started CBD brochure. So this kit is a savings, here you go, it's a savings of over $221 versus retail. Now it's $250 and you're saving $221, so you're almost saving 50%. It's incredible versus retail. So I know I mentioned earlier that I'd tell you a little trick with the extra strength CBD, and it worked really well with the dropper. The muscle rub and the Calm is a little different, but with the droppers, because it has twice the amount of CBD in it, if you take the dropper out, right, and there's lines on it. You can't really see that, but there's lines. So you can do a full dropper, and you can get your 33 milligrams of CBD, or you do a half a dropper, and you get the same amount as if you did a full dropper in your 500 or regular strength, or regular strength CBD. And so if you look at the retail or the cost difference of both of these, it's actually more cost effective to buy the 1,000 milligram and use a half a dropper full, because you'll be able to get 60 half dropper fulls out of it. And if you do the math, it's actually more cost effective. Anyways, so remember, state restrictions apply, so please educate yourself on CBD related laws in your state, just to make sure. If you're going out of Texas, may want to just double check that. So let me see. So to order a starter kit, you can just contact me and we can get you set up. And let's see here. All right, making sure I've covered everything I'm supposed to cover. Okay. And just make sure you fill out that contact me form that was at the beginning of the chat, so that we have a record of you attending this class. And so we'll talk about essential rewards. Essential rewards, you get discounted shipping, you earn points for future orders, kind of like a in-store credit type of thing, or cash, or points back, so to speak. Imagine if you went to the grocery store and every time you spent $100, you got $20 worth of in-store credit. That would be pretty sweet. I don't know any grocery stores that do that. And if I want discount, I have to pay to get a discount, like Costco or Amazon Prime. So anyways, you get loyalty gifts. You get freebies starting at 100 PV. That's awesome. And then access to exclusive discounted bundles. Our favorite, the Thieves Bundle, incredible. So it also qualifies you to receive referral bonuses as well. So you can order it on your essential rewards order. You do still receive the same 24% off CBD products as you would all the other Young Living products. And here's a question that's commonly asked is, do I receive the same referral bonus opportunities when helping a friend become a Young Living member by ordering a CBD premium starter kit? Yes, you receive the same bonus no matter which premium starter kit you sign someone up with. So if you are unaware that you can earn money by helping your friends get their own products, let me know and I can explain how simple it is. So a frequently asked question is, will I receive commissions from those who purchase CBD within my organization? Yes. As long as you qualify to receive bonuses, commissions, you will receive the same bonuses and commissions as you would with other Young Living products. So if there's anything that I missed that you want to know, you can pop it in the chat, or I'm going to unmute everyone here in just a couple minutes. Actually, yeah, a couple minutes. So if you haven't already, these are the July promotions with Young Living. Haven't already seen these. So starting at 100 PV, you get a while exclusive Envision 5 milliliter. And then at 190 PV, you get that plus Common Sense, which is great. Everyone could use a lot of common sense these days. You're also going to get a Kid Sense Genius 5 milliliter. It's Kid Sense, but adults can use it too. So I would recommend everyone use Common Sense and get some Genius and maybe some Envision there. The world could use all of that right now for multiple reasons. Egyptian Gold at 250 PV. You have all those three, plus you add Egyptian Gold on there. Egyptian Gold is awesome. It is an incredible oil, and I'm not sure if it's available all the time or if it's just available in promos. I don't know, but you can order it. You can order. Okay, Wendy says you can order it, but it's really. But it's a good deal. Getting it free is always awesome. And then Valor, which is insane because that's a 15 milliliter bottle of Valor, and it's free. So I know that the total cost of what you get free this month, if you spend 300 PV, you're almost getting equal value back. It's $290.13 retail value on what you're getting free. So it's pretty incredible. So individual budgets and everything, but really this is some great stuff. Egyptian Gold is so cool. Got such a unique smell to it. All right, so I have a question for everyone out there. So after the information you received tonight, where do you see yourself with Young Living now and possibly the future? So I want to be here to support you. So this will help me to see what kind of support you need at this point. Think about where you see yourself with Young Living. Before you answer, I'll share each of the descriptions. Okay. So number one, product user. I just want to use the products. So we love our product users. In fact, most of our business is built on product users. So we're here, training and support, guidance. We're here for you. We love product users. So we call this products plus, number two. So I want to earn enough money to get my products paid for. And that amount can vary, right? So is it 50? Is it 100? What is it? So we can do this. I can help you meet with 2 or 3 of your friends that you have in mind. So we'd be glad to present products, help them out, and like we're helping you out, right? So the company will compensate you at that point. The cost of the product is covered basically, and you're helping others. So the time needed there is 1 to 2 hours a week, about 3-month commitment. Okay. So number 3 is we call this extra. So I want to make $300 to $500 a month. Think about an extra $300 to $500 a month. What you could do with that's a car payment. That's extra savings or investment. That's a decent amount of money. Most families, after paying the mortgage, car payment, other bills, have little left at the end of the month. So this amount of money can be a miracle for many families. So what could you do with this every month? So would it help with a new car, college expenses, paying off debt? That's always a great thing to do. So we can help you achieve that. And every person that has worked with us on this level will achieve this goal. So time needed, yeah, commit to 3 to 5 hours a week and a 3 to 5 month commitment. So number 4, I want to make $3,000 to $5,000 a month. This amount of residual income, even during times like this, can be a true blessing. This will take commitment. If you will commit the time required to get to this level, I will commit myself to matching you to help you achieve this goal. So we'll be with you through that whole process. It's going to take about a 20-hour week commitment and 6 to 12 month commitment. And then finally, number 5 is earn plus. I want to make 10,000 plus income per month. So this level takes commitment, real, honest, involved meeting with people. We have the leadership team to back us up on this, and we can achieve it if you are this committed to do so. This will not only change your life and the lives of your family for generations, but will be able to impact the lives of so many others in greater ways than you ever thought you could. So the time needed, about 30 hours a week and a 12-month commitment. So if you're 1 through 3, it may help you to know that personally, my wife and I are between number 3 and 4 on the list. That's where we sit. So we've helped people reach number 3 and currently helping several other people to reach number 4. So if you're 4 to 5, I want to share with you that we have 40 plus years of experience backing us up with this system. Bill and Deborah Starkey are part of our leadership team, and they've committed to implement Bill's system. He has built multiple businesses like ours and helped others do the same. Deborah, previously Deborah Rayburn, now married to Bill Starkey, they're working together to provide extensive professional training and support so that we can help you achieve your goals. So every single couple, individual, single mom, single dad, every single person that said they'd partner with us to this level has reached their goal. So we just got to hear Deborah and Bill last week at our event. They were awesome. So I'm going to unmute everybody, and I'm going to go around. I'm going to call everyone out individually and ask you where you are 1 through 5. Just, you don't have to give an explanation. You can just say I'm a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Pick one. If you're not sure, pick one. So, I mean, I'm not writing this down. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody. If it'll let me. I see. Hey.
When you do it, this person has to accept it.
Oh, you have to accept it. Okay.
Yeah. Here has to be.
All right. And Vic may not be able to be unmuted. So, okay. So I'll just go around the room. Okay. Wendy, where are you at on 1 through 5?
Where I'm at or where I want to be?
Well, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be?
5 ultimately. I'm working on 4 to 5 right now.
4 to 5. Okay. Awesome. I'd love it if you're at 5. That's great.
Working on it.
All right. So, Tanya,
I want to quit my job.
You want to quit your job. Okay, so
I want
just
to be able to quit my job.
okay. So which number is that? I'm guessing it's more than 3.
I think it was 4.
4? Okay, awesome. That's
I
great.
think I can't remember.
Yeah, 4 is between $3,000 to $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Most people could quit their jobs with $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Some can't, but the general population, most people could quit their job 3 to 5.
Right.
How about you, Brian?
I want Tanya to be a 5 so she can be a sugar mama. I'm just putting that out there right now.
You're gonna sit at home and homeschool my kids.
You know, Tanya,
Just
I would drag him along and make him do some work. Or
just saying. Right now, I'm happy with having my small goals for Brian. Let's get my products paid for.
Products paid for. Okay, so you're a 2.
Yes.
Okay, a 2. All right. And then Vic, I'm not sure if you can unmute yourself.
Hi, he got a phone call from his
okay.
brother, so he had to step out.
So hi, Rebecca.
Hi, I want to be a 5, of course, but we gotta take baby steps. But ultimately, I would like to quit my job.
There you go. That's an awesome goal. It really is.
So I think together, we can work together and make this happen.
That's great. That's awesome. Cool. All right. So that was pretty painless, guys. So thank you for participating. I'm going to mute everyone again for a second. All right. So next slide. So just want to go over some upcoming classes that we have coming. This Thursday night, you're going to see some abbreviations here. You got HLH, BLH. So HLH is Hearts Love Home. That's Wendy's. So that's a 103. It's the Ninja Red and more. I would highly encourage you guys, if you haven't learned about Ninja Red, if you're not using Ninja Red, this is an incredible product. Especially it's got such antioxidants in it. It's great for boosting your immune system. It's really great. Then you got BHL, which is Beyond Healthy Living, which is Nancy Sheridan's group on Facebook, and she's planned to have a summer bash at Nancy's. This is actually an in-person meeting or get together, and it's on July 27th at 6 p.m. Let me go back to the Ninja one is Thursday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. The summer bash is Monday, July 27th at 6 p.m. These are all central times. Then you've got the Hearts Love Home 104. We're having another CBD class on Tuesday, July 18th at 7 p.m. So the goal here is to get as many people as possible. And then on that Thursday, you have another oils for special needs. That's Thursday, July 30th at 7 p.m. This is a special class that Wendy's doing. It's not one that she has ever offered before, really, and probably will only be periodically. This is for special needs, specifically kids with special needs. We have several friends who have kids with special needs, and this should be a really great class. Even if you just your kids don't technically have special needs, but maybe they have attention issues or something like that, you can learn lots of different ways that essential oils can help you, or as adults do. Let's just be honest. So I want to thank everybody for attending. I'm going to stop